Scott Derrickson has a new movie out. It's a horror movie because that's what Scott Derrickson does. And this one is called Deliver Us from Evil. And in this movie, Scott Derrickson takes us into dark basements quite often and asks us to go into rooms behind closed doors, scary rooms, anything that doesn't have a lot of light in them. He's exploring demonic possession because this is based on a real New York police officer named Ralph Sacchi. And he wrote a book called Deliver Us from Evil, and he believes fully and completely that a lot of the crimes committed in New York City are based on demonic possession. Now, as hard as that may be to believe, certainly Scott Derrickson and his crew of actors and filmmakers try to make it very real. Eric Bana plays the police officer, and he does a great job of being cynical at first, but slowly comes around to seeing how all this can possibly be true, particularly through a very unusual priest who wants him to do an exorcism. Now, he befriends this priest, and in real life, the two, police officer and priest, become friends, and now they do exorcisms all over New York City. But the problem with the movie is that it's a horror film. And in order for it to be scary, we have to be in the world that Scott Derrickson has set up for us. And since they try so hard to make everything real, and since it's so hard to actually believe that this kind of thing is real, it really doesn't come across all that scary. Certainly not like it did in The Exorcist, which is the film that the movie tries most to be like. However, Scott Derrickson does have a few little creepy moments in the movie, and he saves them for us. And I'm sure there will be a few people out there who will buy into this movie, buy into everything that it tries to set up. But basically, it's kind of a textbook horror film where the real evil happens in our psyche, and that always happens behind closed doors and inside very, very scary rooms.